We had the premiere of Season 2 for Into the Badlands last night. If you haven't seen the first season of this show, go back, check it out. You're gonna love the visuals, the action, the style. It looks gorgeous, it's shot gorgeous, the story is intriguing, the characters are all vibrant and colorful. It's a really beautiful piece. So I was really excited for this show to come back into a bigger and bolder season, and we got that. My goodness, did we get that in this episode of this season. I'm going to do a full season review on this show because, Black Sails is ending. I got to fill in that Sunday night void, so we'll think it'll be Into the Badlands. I love this show. I love the first episode of this season. Let's just jump right into a lot of the things I liked. I liked the title card at the beginning that said 6 months later. It gives it this really nice feel that we're going back to this old Japanese Kung Fu Chinese fighting style way, and it looked beautiful. Everything that happened is so great, so gorgeous. The style of the fighting and the choreography in this show is how Iron Fist should have been. And I still liked Iron Fist, but it should have looked more like the way this show presents fighting and the way it does, it handles everything. The blood and the gore and all that stuff you see in this show, the violence, it's handled so beautifully and it's so artistic. And I know sometimes seeing the artsy-fartsy kind of style of things, it can really affect how you view something because then they're going more for the style and the art way about it. But no, it's handled in a way that the story serves the art, it serves this fighting, it serves the violence, but you still care about the story to see where it goes, to see the way that this whole world intrigues you, and it's beautiful. If you watch this show and you don't like the fighting or the color or the art, then stay for just the violence and stay for just the characters because they're all really good. So we see Sonny, he's working in this mine. He was taken prisoner. He's working in this mine for this weird guy who's really Mad Max. Like, this whole thing is like Mad Max meets Japan. It's so beautiful. But anyway, this is where we meet one of the new characters that we get introduced to. Probably the coolest new character out there. Beiji, played by Nick Frost. I love Nick Frost. Everything that guy has done with Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. The guy is awesome. And Beiji is such a cool character. He seems like he's going to be this kind of like sidekick, kind of partner guy with Sonny once they leave the mine site. But I gotta say, Daniel Wu, he's going to do really good. So what happened is he doesn't know where his wife is now and his child. He doesn't know where they went. He's going to try to look for them once they get back into the Badlands. Once he leaves this mine site with Beiji. Really good story. It's going to be so fun to see. The action is so good. Everything with Sonny fighting with, and he's still trapped in like the thing that's got his neck and his wrist trapped there. That was so fun. It's such an interesting way they set up the choreography in this. And Sonny's a really compelling character, and it's nice. In the first season, we see Sonny. He's all in this red garb. He's dressed up as a clipper, and he looks vibrant. He's colorful. But in this, he's growing a beard. He's dark. He's dirty. He's in the dirty and the poorest part of the whole world of the Badlands, and he's looking like he's broken, like he's fighting for a long time. And then you see him, he's got a plan to leave. He's trying to leave, and he's doing certain things to help people out. Here, I'll do more for you. You don't deserve to work for this. And it's really nice. And he's such a nice guy, and you see him, he doesn't want to be a clipper, but he's going to have that stigma on him for the rest of his life. It's going to be tough to see. And I think Beiji, he kind of sets up himself to look like this bad guy, Beiji, where he's like, I'm going to take the ring from this girl. He's looking for new opportunities, he says. But I think he's going to help Sonny. He wants to leave too. There's going to be something happening there. I can't wait to see Beiji fight because that's going to be so fun. Beiji pretty much looks like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings or something. He looks so awesome. And that's going to be really cool. Sonny was really good in this episode, really strong. But I think what really stole the show for me in this episode was the widow. And one thing I know this show does a lot of, and they did it in the first season, they did it in this episode specifically, they really try to hone in on the female empowerment. And you know what? I'm okay with that. You can hone in on the female empowerment. I'm all for that. I love seeing the progressiveness we're going to, seeing women in the forefront, that kind of stuff. But if it gets too heavy-handed, that's what your show's going to be about. And they have the art style, they have the colors, but if you're just focusing on the female empowerment of your show, then it's just going to become like a political statement. And it kind of got that way for me in this episode. It was still really well done. But you see, the widow, she's going after all these men. Ryder is now the new Baron because his father Quinn is dead. And now Widow's going to take down the oil refinery, take him down. And she just slices through all these clippers So many. It's got to be over 20. She just takes them all down so fast. And then, like, she gets to the top. There's these 5 guys left. She throws these, like, 2 shuriken, like, butterfly things. Slices the throat of 5 of those guys. It's incredible. The art style, the violence, the blood. Oh, my gosh. It's so beautiful. It's so vibrant. You just love everything you see. And it worked so well. It worked so well for me. The Widow's really cool. She's wearing this really nice like leather suit. She's looking more badass than lately. She's been through some stuff. It's been 6 months since we first saw her. And even Tilda, a character I kind of liked in the first season. She wasn't my favorite, but she's really coming to her own. And she stepped up to be the bigger femininity leader. And, you know, she kills like these guys that are trying to get away from where the Widow's place is. And it's like, okay, that's cool. You go do that, Tilda. Female empowerment, that's what the show's pretty much all about. It's cool. I'm okay. I can handle it. I can actually handle it. It's not going to bother me. Whatever, you know. But I want to see some of the guys kill people, and they haven't really done that. But so, yeah, I guess that's my biggest complaint is we need to see more guys killing people, and I don't know. But everything with the Widow, she's so beautiful. Her power, she's just so elegant and classy, and it's just wonderful. And Tilda, she's stepping up in her own too, being this bigger people are going to follow her now. We get these new characters who were used to be dolls. I thought that was interesting. I want to see more happen with those people. I think her name's Odessa. I kind of like that. It's going to be interesting to see where that goes. So then we have this whole other thing with MK. I don't know. I can't remember how he got here. I think he was taken at the end of the season, but he was taken to this place, and now he's learning how to hone in on his gift, his ability, and he's fighting these people. And we get this really cool shot where, you know, he's trying to figure out who these people are, and he's like, who's the master? I want him to know the master. And then he's talking to this girl. She's like, hold my broom, I'll go get the master. And she throws the broom at him, and right as he goes in to reach the broom, he gets pushed back by it. It's so brilliant. It looks so dumb, but I understand that's what they're setting up in this world. If you can get over kind of the dumb, like, directing and the angles and the way that some things are presented in the form of fighting, you're going to really like this show. If you're going to go all out, go all out. Don't hold back anything, just go for it. So this girl's the master. She's kind of like the strongest person with these gifts, and she's going to teach MK how to hone in on that, because MK seems more powerful than any of the other people out there. And we get this wonderful shot where she says, if you can get by this crane without getting cut or out losing your temper, you're free to go. I'll let you go. So then the crane, it's an origami crane, she blows it at him, cuts his cheek, he loses control, he goes in to stop her, and she blocks his punch with one hand, and it's like, wow. And then you go back to a shot of her, of the master, and her wrist is broken, the bone is completely out of her arm, and she just pushes it back in to heal herself. She now realizes MK is way more powerful than he looks. He's dangerous, and instead of having this girl named Ava teach him, she is going to teach him all the training she needs now, and it's going to be so nice to see that. MK, the colors in this place where MK are, first off, it's like on the side of a mountain, and I like where it says Tiger Pushes Mountain as the title. It's kind of like the Iron Fist titles, but I think these ones work better because that's the style of the show, and I don't want to get back in Iron Fist, but it's so beautiful. It was so nice to see that, you know, the mountainside of all like the castle and like the temple on the side of it, and the beautiful colors. MK in the purple robe and the girl is in the yellow one. It's so beautiful, and oh man, the colors just stick out so much in the show, and the violence and the fighting. It really goes along with it well, and I just think it's so nice. So MK is going to be this important character. He's going to come back. Maybe he's going to run into Sonny again. Who knows? A small thing in this episode, they weren't main characters, but Jade and Ryder, I like Ryder. I liked him in the first season. I think he's going to step up more in this one, do something more of himself. I want to see him in more fight scenes, though. That's something I really want to see with Ryder. He's the new Baron. I wonder how it's going to play out with the Widow and all that. It's going to be really interesting. Jade seems like a compelling character, too. I don't know what we're going to see with her yet, though, but I'd like to see something happen with Jade. She seems really fun, really nice, and it's going to be interesting. So I'm excited to see more happen with Ryder and Jade. And then we get this big shocking thing at the end. This surprised me so much. We see Sonny's wife, whose name is escaping me right now. Is it Vale or something? It's something like that. And their newborn kid. And who's holding the kid? Quinn. Quinn is still alive. How is he still alive? It's so beautiful. It's so shocking. I loved Quinn. The guy looks like a hipster, took over the world. I love his look. I love everything about Quinn. The character, he's back. What's he gonna do? Is he good? Is he bad? Is he gonna still be a Vale? It's gonna be so interesting to see. We need Sonny back in the forefront. We need Nick Frost back in the forefront. We need Ryder back in the forefront. And now Quinn is here. What is Quinn going to be doing? I don't know, but I'm super excited to find out. I love this show. It's beautiful. It doesn't hold back. It goes for it. And I want to take this time to thank The Walking Dead for having so much ratings that we can have these kind of shows like *Halt and Catch Fire*, *Preacher*, and *Into the Badlands*. So that's going to do it for me. Check out Into the Badlands. You're going to love it. It's a great show. Brilliant. It's beautiful. And I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.